Hello everyone, this is video 3 for lesson number 4, carbon and its compounds. In the previous video, we have discussed the properties of covalent compounds and allotropes of carbon, where we have studied the structure, properties and uses of diamond, graphite and fullerene. Today we will continue the remaining chapter in which we will study the versatile nature of carbon and we will also study about hydrocarbons. Now we all know that carbon is a very important element and it forms many of the compounds which are known as carbon compounds. Therefore, it has a very versatile nature. Let's see how. Carbon, it undergoes catenation. What is catenation? It is a ability to form bonds with other atoms of carbon, giving rise to a large molecule. This property is called catenation. Okay? Catenation is also shown by silicon and germanium also. Then tetracovalency. Carbon has valency of 4, so therefore it is capable of bonding with 4 other atoms of carbon or atoms of some other monovalent elements. This also gives rise to a large number of compounds. Then polymerization. You all know what is polymerization. It is a process where a monomer changes into a polymer. And then isomerism. It is a new term for you all. Here, isomerism, what happens? They have the same molecular formula, but the structure is different. So let's see each of the properties one by one. Okay. Now, what makes carbon unique in forming a covalent bond? The reason for this is the small size of carbon atom give rise to a highly stable compound when it combines with different elements, and it also exists in the free state in nature also. Catenation, as we have discussed, it is the ability of an element to form other atoms, to find bond with other atoms of carbon and giving rise to a large molecule. It can be a linear molecule, simple like this way. It can be a branched also, and it can be in the form of rings also. Okay. So this is the first property, that is catenation, which is shown by carbon. Next we come to polymerization. Here you can see this is a molecule of ethene. Ethene is C2H4. When many such ethene combine together, then it forms polyethene, and polyethene is a polymer and ethene is a monomer. Same way we have studied in class 8 ester and polyester. When many ester molecules combine together, they form polyester, and this process is called polymerization. Next is isomerism. If you see here, then you will come to know that there are 4 carbon and 10 hydrogen atoms are attached to it. In both the figures you can see in butane also and in isobutane also. But if we see the structure is not same. This is a linear structure. You can see here 4 carbon attached to 10 hydrogen. But here what is happening? It has become isobutane. Why? Because it is not a linear structure. The structure has got branched here. So these are known as isomers, and the property is called isomerism. Let's see one more. It is pentane, that is C5H12. Again you can see here 5 carbon atoms are there attached to 12 hydrogen atoms. But if they are placed in different structures, here it is a branched one and here it is known as isopentane. So this is also one of the property which is shown by carbon compounds. Okay, so the unique feature of carbon compounds bonding led to the formation of compound that have same molecular formula but different structures. You have seen in butane also and in pentane also the structures can be different, and this phenomena of different structural formula of the same molecule give rise to different properties of compound, which is known as isomerism. Now we will start with hydrocarbons. Compounds that contain carbon are known as organic compounds, and most of the organic compounds are hydrocarbons, means they contain only carbon and hydrogen or their derivatives. Okay, hydrocarbons can be categorized as acyclic, aliphatic or open chain. The structure is just an open chain here. Then they are known as acyclic, and carbocyclic or cyclic when the structure is in the form of cycle or some ring or some closed structure is there. Then acyclic or open chain can be of alkanes, alkenes and alkynes, and carbocyclic can be of alicyclic or aromatic. Alicyclic again, they can have cycloalkanes, cycloalkenes and cycloalkynes. Aromatic, this category of compounds, they have got that peculiar aroma in them. Therefore, they are known as aromatic compounds like petrol. Again, one more flow chart for this. Hydrocarbons, alkanes, alkenes and alkynes. So, what is the major difference between these three? You can see here, alkanes have only single bond. Therefore, they are also known as saturated hydrocarbons. In alkenes, double bond. In alkynes, triple bond is there. Alkenes and alkynes, they are known as unsaturated hydrocarbons. Now here, aromatic or arenes. So this is the structure of a benzene ring. Here you can see a double bond is there, which is placed at alternate positions. Okay, one after the other, the double bond is present, and this is the structure of benzene, that is C6H6. Saturated, as I have told you, alkanes are saturated, unsaturated are alkenes and alkynes. If we go into the formula, then alkanes have a formula CnH2n plus 2. For example, if we take C here as 1, so C1, 1 we don't write here, H will be 2n, means 2 into 1, 2 plus 2. So the formula comes out to be CH4, and you know CH4 is methane. Okay, so let's first study how the names are given. If one carbon atom is there, the name is meth. For 2 it's eth, for 3 is prop, 4 but, 5 it's pent, 6 hex and 7 hept, 8 oct and so on. The names are given. So let's first study for alkane. As I have told you, here you can see CnH2n plus 2 is the formula. When C is 1, H is 4, then the IUPAC name is methane. When carbon are 2. So here if carbon is 2, then hydrogen will be CnH2n plus 2, that is 6. That is ethane. Okay. Suffix we are going to add ane because it is a single bond structure. Same way if we see butane, it is having 4 carbon atoms attached with 10 hydrogen atom. It is butane. Same way pentane, hexane and heptane. Let's see their structures also. Methane, C1 attached to 4 hydrogen atom. Ethane, 2 carbons attached with 6 hydrogen. Propane, 3 with 8 hydrogen atoms, and butane, 4 carbon atoms with 10 hydrogen atoms. Next we see it's alkene. Alkene, again carbon is 2, then we are going to use the prefix as eth, and it is having a double bond, therefore we will end up with ene. Okay, formula will be C2H4 because general formula for alkene is Cn and H2n. Whatever value of C is here, whatever atoms of carbon are here, just double the hydrogen atoms are attached. Side by side you can see the structure also. 2 carbon atoms with a double bond attached to 4 hydrogen atoms. Same way, propene. 3 carbon atoms attached to 6 hydrogen atoms, and there is a double bond between 2 carbon atoms. Same way, butene, pentene and hexene. 6 are there, therefore prefix is hex and suffix is -ene because it is having a double bond. Same way, let's see for alkynes. Number of carbon atoms 2, prefix will be eth and suffix will be -wine. Okay, you can see here the structural formula: 2 carbon atoms with a triple bond attached to 2 hydrogen atoms. This is the molecular formula and this is the structural formula. Same way, propine, it is having 3 carbon atoms with a triple bond and 4 hydrogen atoms. Same way, you can see the structure till octane. Okay, C8H14. This will give you a more clear picture of the structures. Ethyne, that is C2H2. 2 carbon atoms with a triple bond in between attached with 2 hydrogen atoms. You can see the valency is complete here. 3 here and plus 1 bond is here. All the 4 electrons are being used up here. Same way, propyne. Prop we use for 3 carbons. 3 carbons are here. And YNE for a triple bond. So here you can see triple bond is there and 4 carbon atoms are there. Okay. Same way, butane. It is having 4 carbon atoms. There is a triple bond between 2 carbon atoms and 3 plus 3. 6 hydrogen atoms are attached to it. I hope the concept of saturated and unsaturated hydrocarbons, that is alkanes, alkenes and alkynes, are clear to you. This much for today. Thank you.